What's up everyone, I'm Chila Kongosa and welcome back to the channel. Most importantly, welcome back to Workout Wednesdays. So today's workout is for those times when you have a bit more time on your hands and you really feel like getting a good sweat in and really just want to push yourself. This workout consists of many aspects that you've previously seen in past episodes of Workout Wednesdays, and the format still remains the same. Minimal equipment, minimal time, minimal space. Another thing about this week's workout is we've upped the duration. So this week's workout is going to take you 30 minutes if you stick to the format that I'm giving you. Now before we get into the workout, I'm just going to give you a quick disclaimer. This workout is not for the faint-hearted. So the format that I'm going to be doing is for people who have a decent level of fitness and really just kind of want to push themselves. I'd say you have to be an intermediate and upwards to do this workout. If not, I'll give you options to kind of scale it down a wee bit and make it a bit easier so you can start giving this a try and keep monitoring your progress until you can get to that time scale that we're actually working on. So let's get straight into the workout. So this week's workout is going to consist of many aspects that you've seen in previous episodes of Workout Wednesdays. Your working time for the workout is going to be 45 seconds and a 10-second rest in between. We're going to have 10 stations in this workout and they are as follows. So your first exercise is going to be a jumping squat. As you're coming down for your squat, you shouldn't go below parallel because you want this to be as explosive as possible. Next exercise is going to be a pause squat. You're going to hold the kettlebell, drop down into your squat, just above parallel again, and just hold the squat there for the 45 seconds. After this, your next exercise is going to be a kettlebell snatch. Start with the kettlebell on the floor between your legs, palms facing in, drive your feet into the ground. I want the kettlebell coming up nice and straight, push through as it gets to eye level, and lock out at the top. After this, your next station is going to be your overhead lunges. For the lunges, we're going to give you 4 different options. First option, you can do your lunges body weight. Second option, you can do your lunges with a kettlebell in front of you in the same position as your pause squat. Third option, you can do your kettlebell with it racked up onto your shoulder. And your fourth option is you can do your lunges with the kettlebell up overhead. You want everything locked out and your core braced. For these last 2 options, make sure that you're bracing your core because this really forces you to stabilize and get yourself back to a neutral position. The next station is going to be a squat press. So you're going to start off with your kettlebell at your chest, step into your squat position. You drop down for your squat. As you're coming back up, you're pressing the kettlebell up overhead. After this, we're going to go into burpees. The burpees have to be chest to floor. Chest to floor, it doesn't count. Following the burpees, we're going to go into a glute bridge. So you're going to lie down with your back on the floor, have your legs at 90 degrees to the floor, and from here you're going to place the kettlebell onto your hip in a nice comfortable position. From here you're going to drive your hips up to the sky. When you get to the top, squeeze your glutes and hold for a second. Back down, and the same over and over and over again. Following the glute bridge, we're going to go straight into mountain climbers. So you're going to get onto your belly, into the press up position, have your back and body nice and straight, and you're going to bring your knees to your chest as fast as possible. Following this, we're going to go into the push-up position and do push-ups. Drop down onto our elbows for a plank. Try and make sure you keep your back nice and straight, and just hold it there until the 45 seconds is over. After you complete the 10 exercises, you have a minute break in between. So we have 10 stations, and the time scale we're going to be working with is 45 seconds on and 10 seconds off. So if you want to try this circuit but you think your fitness really isn't there yet to do 45 seconds on, I'm going to give you 2 options. First option is to lower the actual weight that you're using. If you lower the weight, it will make it a lot easier for you. And your second option is to lower the time scale that you're working with. So I wouldn't recommend that you go anywhere below 20 seconds. But when you're choosing your time, just make sure that the time scale is hard enough for you to work with, but make sure that you don't overexert yourself in the process. So I've put a list of the stations down below and right here, so make sure you take a screenshot or jump down into the description and get your stations. Set your timer for 45 seconds on and 10 seconds in between. So for the purpose of framing and you actually being able to see the full exercise, I did this in the gym where there's a bit more space for the camera and the whole setup, but the principles still remain. I was only working with a space of about 1 by 2 meters. And I had minimal equipment, which was a 16 kilo kettlebell. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I really hope you enjoyed that workout. It's really tough going, especially if you stuck to that 45-second working time. I found 45 seconds to be my kind of sweet spot at the moment. I'm really enjoying working at 45 seconds with moderate weights. So on that note, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching the video. Please like the video if you found it informative or if you're going to try the workout. Share with a friend who you think would also like to try the workout. And make sure you subscribe to the channel because we've got plenty more content planned. So on that note, I'll see you in the next one.